Hello, and welcome to the English Listen Lab. Today, we have an exciting and adventurous story for English learners at the A1 level. This story follows Leo, a young boy who loves freedom and dreams of traveling the world. Join him on his journey as he explores different places, meets new people, and experiences unforgettable adventures. Listen carefully, enjoy the story, and try to understand the words and phrases as you follow along. Leo's Journey, a boy who loves to travel. Chapter 1. The Dream Begins. Leo was a boy who always wanted to see the world. Since he was a little child, he loved looking at maps, watching travel documentaries, and imagining himself in different countries. While other kids played with toys, Leo read books about distant lands and dreamed about his own adventures. One day, his father gave him a small notebook. "This will be your travel journal," he said. "Write down all the places you want to visit." Excited, Leo filled the pages with names of cities, countries, and famous landmarks. He knew that one day he would make these dreams come true. Chapter 2. The First Journey. Leo's first trip was with his parents. They visited Italy, a country full of history, delicious food, and beautiful cities. As soon as they landed in Rome, Leo's eyes widened with excitement. He saw the Colosseum, walked through ancient streets, and tasted real Italian pizza. One evening, as they sat in a small cafe, Leo told his parents, "I want to travel forever. I want to see every country in the world." His mother laughed. "That's a big dream, Leo. But if you work hard and never give up, you can do it." Leo knew that traveling was his passion, and this was just the beginning. Chapter 3. The Solo Adventure. When Leo turned 18, he made a bold decision. He packed his backpack, took his travel journal, and bought a one-way ticket to Thailand. It was his first time traveling alone, and he was both nervous and excited. Arriving in Bangkok, he was amazed by the vibrant streets, colorful markets, and friendly people. He tried delicious street food, visited ancient temples, and even took a boat ride along the river. But the best part was meeting other travelers who shared the same love for adventure. Leo learned that the world was full of kind people, and every place had a story to tell. He wrote everything in his journal, knowing that this was the life he wanted to live. Chapter 4. Lost and Found. One day while exploring the busy streets of Bangkok, Leo realized he had lost his backpack. Inside were his passport, money, and travel journal. Panic set in. How would he continue his journey? Where would he sleep? Instead of giving up, Leo asked for help. A local shop owner noticed his distress and offered him a seat and a cup of tea. "Don't worry," she said. "People here are kind. Let's ask around." After hours of searching, a taxi driver returned his backpack. "You left it in my car," he said with a smile. Leo was overwhelmed with gratitude. This experience taught him an important lesson. Even in difficult times, kindness and honesty can be found everywhere. Chapter 5. A New Perspective. Leo continued his journey across Asia, visiting Japan, Vietnam, and India. He learned to embrace different cultures, tried new foods, and even learned a few words in different languages. Each country taught him something valuable about life. In Japan, he admired the discipline and respect in daily life. In Vietnam, he loved the warmth of the people. In India, he was amazed by the rich history and traditions. As he wrote in his journal one night, he realized something important. Traveling was not just about seeing new places, but about learning, growing, and connecting with people. Leo knew that his adventure had just begun, and he couldn't wait to see what was next. Chapter 6. The African Adventure. Leo arrived in Kenya, eager to experience the beauty of Africa. He visited the Maasai Mara National Reserve and saw lions, elephants, and zebras in their natural habitat. It was breathtaking. One evening, he sat by a campfire with the Maasai people, listening to their stories and learning about their culture. He even tried their traditional dance. It was an experience he would never forget. Leo realized that traveling was not just about seeing new places, but about understanding different ways of life. He added a new lesson to his journal. Respect every culture, and you will always be welcomed. Chapter 7. A Challenge in the Mountains. After Africa, Leo headed to South America and set his sights on Machu Picchu, Peru. The hike up the ancient ruins was the toughest challenge he had ever faced. The air was thin, and every step felt heavier. But he refused to give up. Step by step, he pushed forward. When he finally reached the top, the view was more beautiful than he had imagined. It was a moment of pure triumph. Sitting on the peak, he reflected on his journey. "Every difficult path leads to the most rewarding view," he wrote in his journal. This experience gave him more confidence for the journeys ahead. Chapter 8. Lost in the Streets of Paris. Leo arrived in Paris, excited to see the Eiffel Tower, eat croissants, and explore the famous museums. But on his second day, he got lost in the narrow streets of Montmartre. At first, he panicked. His phone battery had died, and he didn't speak much French. But then, he remembered something important. Stay calm and ask for help. He approached an old man sitting at a cafe. With gestures and a few basic words, the man understood and gave him directions. Leo laughed at himself. Getting lost was just part of the adventure. Chapter 9. The Unexpected Friend. In Australia, Leo planned to see the Great Barrier Reef, but bad weather forced him to change his plans. Feeling disappointed, he wandered into a small local cafe. There, he met a fellow traveler named Emma. They shared stories over coffee and realized they had visited many of the same places. They decided to explore the city together. Leo learned that sometimes the best experiences come from unexpected moments. Plans change, but new adventures always find a way, he wrote in his journal. Chapter 10. The Final Reflection. After years of traveling, Leo returned home. He had visited more than 30 countries, made countless memories, and learned life lessons that no school could ever teach. As he unpacked, he found his first travel journal, the one his father gave him years ago. He flipped through the pages, smiling at his younger self's dreams. He had done it. He had seen the world. But this was not the end. Traveling was not just about places. It was about learning, growing, and connecting with people. Leo knew that his journey would never truly stop. Thank you for listening to Leo's journey. We hope this story helps you improve your English listening skills. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you can listen to more inspiring lessons. Do you have any thoughts about Leo's story? Or do you have ideas for future stories? Leave a comment below and share your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. See you next time on the English Listen Lab. Goodbye and happy learning.